Andrew. Welcome back. Well, in this module, I will talk about definitions of positive psychology. But before we talk about definitions, I want to help you get through some myths about positive psychology. Because some people say that positive psychology is all about being happy. So I want to say that positive psychology is not a happyology. Because there is a lot about being happy, but it also includes topics like overcoming stress, anxiety, trauma, etc. So positive psychology is more than that, which I will share more in a later module. But right now, just put in your mind somewhere that positive psychology is not happyology. That means the study of how to be happy all the time. All right, it is not that. Number two, positive psychology is an interdisciplinary science. So it is not just positive psychology by itself, because many ideas that you have heard of actually is also found in positive psychology. For example, meditation, mindfulness, exercise. Have you heard of all this? Yes, and in positive psychology, you will hear about them also. Now, the difference is positive psychology only includes the theories that can be studied by research and confirmed by scientific approach. So not just any idea or concept do we propose and introduce in positive psychology, but theories and concepts that can be researched and are also scientifically proven. So positive psychology complements other fields well, and in practice, positive psychology is also used together with other methods such as coaching, counseling, in therapy, etc. And you can use positive psychology in your day-to-day interactions with different people. Now, for those of you from a psychology background, here's a fun fact for you. Some believe that positive psychology branched out from another field because positive psychology is very similar to one field in psychology. What is it? Yes, you are right. It is similar to humanistic psychology. Now, humanistic psychology is where famous theories like Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs was born. But I'm not going to go into that. So this is just a trivia for those of you from a psychology background. So what exactly is positive psychology? Because we talk so much about it, but if we were to define it, what does it really mean? Now let's look at some of the ideas given. The first one that we will definitely need to look at is the definition given by the founder of positive psychology, Dr. Martin Seligman himself. Now, Dr. Martin Seligman mentioned that positive psychology is the scientific study of optimal human functioning. It aims to discover and promote the factors that allow individuals and communities to thrive. Quite a mouthful. So let me just explain a little bit more for you. What Dr. Seligman means is that positive psychology is a science. So it's not just anything picked out from anywhere. It is a science that focuses on helping individuals and communities to live in a state of healthy well-being and growth. Okay, so it is not just for the individual, but for others as well, and to grow together and stay healthy together as a community. Let's look at the next definition. Christopher Peterson, one of the founding members of positive psychology, he coined two phrases which are so relevant and so important, and I love them so much. The first one is north of neutral, and the second, other people matter. So whenever you think of positive psychology, think of north of neutral. So what it means here is there is a north and there's a south. So some people could be in the south, moving towards neutral, and then positive psychology is going to help you to move from neutral to north. So it facilitates the process of moving from a negative state back to neutral and then to a positive state. Now, other people matter just means that it focuses on helping people and seeing to their needs. And whatever challenges that you're going through, whatever obstacles that you're facing, whatever problems that are in your way right now. Positive psychology says other people matter. It matters to us, and we will help you to move north of neutral. Now let's look at the third definition that I'd like to share. Familiar guy, huh? Well, he says that positive psychology is a science, which we already know, that empowers people and communities towards living authentically. So positive psychology actually helps individuals, helps communities, even helps nations, to live authentically. Living authentically means that you will live with methods and tools from positive psychology to live a life that is true to yourself. So you don't live a lie, you don't pretend that you're okay, you don't fake it until you make it, but rather you really look into yourself of your situation right now. If you're sad, yes, you're sad. If you're depressed, yes, you're depressed. If you feel like a failure, yes, you feel like a failure right now. But we want to look at those feelings, and we want you to be your real self, to be aware, and then slowly we move back to neutral and north of neutral. So, what do you think about positive psychology? It is important to note that the absence of sickness or negativity doesn't mean that you're healthy or that you are positive. So I might be alive and breathing well now without any sickness, but it doesn't mean that I'm healthy. I'm still eating junk food, I'm still sleeping late, and I exercise very little. Although I tell you with a smile, actually I'm very sad that I'm still doing all this, but yeah, we can work at it. So even though you do not have any negative thoughts at this moment, but it doesn't mean you have positive thoughts. So we need to regularly be aware of our state of mind and body and work towards optimal functioning, a life that suits ourselves, that you and I can be satisfied with. Thank you.